Can you please state your full name for me?
Kimberly Jones.
Thank you, and how are you doing today, Miss
I'm
Jones?
pretty good. How are you?
I am fantastic. I want to thank you for taking the time to do this interview with me.
Of course.
So why don't you just start by telling me a little bit about your business?
Okay, so I am the founding partner of Live and Learn LLC. We are a nonprofit organization that spreads the message that there is life after adversity. We focus specifically on people with disabilities, even more specifically paralysis, and just kind of help them get back into doing what they were doing before they were paralyzed or before they came across their adversity.
That's great. And what made you decide to open up your own business?
Well, I was working for someone for about a year, and at that point decided I didn't enjoy being told what to do every day, especially about tasks that I really didn't care about. And that's when I realized that the only way that I would love what I was doing every day was if it was something that I was committed and passionate about, and that I could kind of be my own boss, because I don't take criticism very well.
Oh, that's great. And what or who was the inspiration to start up your business?
The inspiration for my business was actually the other founding partner. His name is Darius Glover. He's also my best friend. He is the world's fastest paraplegic motocross rider. He was paralyzed in a motocross accident when he was 15, and a year and a half later was right back on the bike and is now racing against able-bodied motocross riders and doing really well. And there's absolutely nothing that he can't do that an able-bodied person can do.
And how did you decide on the legal business structure?
So in starting a company with my best friend, there were two things that we needed to think about. The first was, how are we going to keep our business and our personal lives separate? And in starting a C Corp, we have total separation between our personal finances and our business finances. The other real advantage to starting a C Corp was that we can have more than 100 investors. So there's unlimited growing potential financially. However many people want to invest in our essentially startup nonprofit can.
And how much time, money, and planning did it take before deciding to actually open the nonprofit?
So this has been in the works for about 2 years prior to actually getting all the paperwork filed and starting officially. So about 2 years of planning, working on it just about every day. I would say 5 out of 7 days a week for the past 2 years. And financially, it has taken, between ourselves and investors, upwards of $33,000.
And how did you obtain the startup capital?
We had two private investors who, one we knew personally and was very vested in the cause, and the other one actually found out about us through a nonprofit network that we're a part of and asked if he could invest. And then the rest of it has been through crowdfunding.
And does your company have a website? If so, why did you build the website and who maintains it?
So we do have a website. It is www.ridewithdarius.com. I built the website myself. That was a very big undertaking because I'm a marketer, not a web developer. And it took about 2 weeks of nonstop work for me, and I maintain it because I built it. And we built the site because one of the main ways that we fund what we do is through selling promotional merchandise. And because we have fans, supporters all over the country, a web store was the best way to do that. Another reason that we decided to start a website was because video is a really great way for us to tell our story, and the web is just a really easy way to get that message out using videos.
Great. And are there different tax requirements for a nonprofit versus a for-profit?
There are. So all of the donations that are made to a nonprofit can be tax deductible, which means that it's a lot easier for us to get large donations. And we have different forms that we have to fill out when we file our taxes, things of that nature. There are also different things that are tax deductible for us, which would not be for a for-profit business.
Great. And do you use any other information technology to help run your business?
Well, we having just recently launched our website, we are very heavily invested in our search engine optimization right now, and we use tools like Moz and Google Analytics to get our page rankings up and kind of try to figure out how to make our user experience better on our website. And so those are the two main ones. The other big one is, so Darius is actually located in Los Angeles and I'm in Tallahassee. So we use Skype every single day for probably 6 or 7 hours at a time to help keep our business running.
Great. And how many employees currently work at Live and Learn LLC?
It is just the two of us, myself and Darius. We do have a few people who are very actively involved, but they are volunteers.
And what do you think the most important quality for an employee to have looking forward when you will be hiring employees for your nonprofit?
I think it has to be people who really understand the cause and who are committed to helping spread it. If you have not gone through a major adversity yourself, and obviously that word can be taken very differently, and it's not to say that issues that people face aren't big to them, but if you haven't gone through something like paralysis or I don't know, just really big life-changing issues, then you might not really understand what we're doing, and you might not be motivated and passionate about helping spread it. So I think passion is definitely the biggest quality that we look for, and even volunteers to help.
And were you hesitant about working with your best friend?
Yes. He and I are very different, and we both know each other, I think, better than we know ourselves. So that is the redeeming quality that makes it okay to work together, because we can kind of predict how the other one is going to react to certain things. I was very hesitant about working with him because he's extremely stubborn, and as I am also. So we thought we were going to clash heads a lot, but we have found ways to settle our differences in ways that are beneficial for Live and Learn.
Great. And what kind of day-to-day things do you have to do?
So on a day-to-day basis, I'm in charge of all of our marketing and outreach and fundraising. So I am doing things like writing proposals to potential sponsors, putting together pitches for corporate sponsors. I handle all of our email communications with customers on the web store and people who visit our website. I fulfill promotional merchandise orders. I update the website. I run all of our social properties. And I also talk to our accountant and attorney on a daily basis just to make sure that everything is still good.
And what is it that makes you feel your business is a success?
When people write to us and say things like, I was contemplating suicide before I heard Darius's story, and now I can see that there's nothing that I can't push through. That's what makes me feel like we're doing what we wanted to do.
If you could change one thing about the way you operate your business, what would you change?
Well, I still work full-time as well as run the business full-time. So if there was something I could change, I would commit 80 hours a week to Live and Learn instead of splitting my time.
What is the best advice you can give someone starting out in a business?
Just do it. Just stop thinking about all the little things that are holding you back, that you're scared of. Just take the plunge, and obviously you're going to have to make a list of all the things that could trip you up and work through them one at a time, but that's the hardest part, is just committing to actually doing it.
And is there anything else that you'd like to add or tell me about your business or owning a business in general?
A lot of people are going to tell you when you're young that you're too young, or that you don't know enough, or that there's too many hurdles or too many obstacles, and you're gonna fail and you're gonna lose money, and everybody's gonna tell you why not to do it. But I think the true spirit of being an entrepreneur is not listening to them and believing in yourself and thinking about all the positives instead of thinking about all the negatives. Owning a business is really scary, but it's also really, really rewarding, because at the end of the day, you get to do what you love and what you want to do. And are there days that you have to sit in meetings with legal counselors and attorneys and big executives all day and just not really understand anything they say and then have to ask a million questions? Yes. But are there also days that you just realize that what you're doing makes a difference and that it really is filling your dreams? There are so many more of the second kind of days than the first days, and it makes it absolutely worth it.
Well, that's great. Thank you so much, Kim. Do you guys have any stickers, anything free I can get?
I can hook you up with some stickers.
Okay, I have it on tape. I'm gonna need some stickers. Thanks again, Kim.
Yeah.